So Carolyn's in there doing my last bit of laundry for me. I appreciate her doing that for me, so I can get packed up and get out of here. But wanted to make one last video before I got out of here. Oh boy, it's such short notice. I had no idea this was coming. Of course, I'm going to explain all this in this video, but I wanted to talk about what's leading up to these kind of things that are happening to me. And of course, everything revolves around YouTube nowadays. It's just everything's about YouTube. I've tried to advocate that living off grid is giving me a sense of peace. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy living here, but I'm not happy about the country, but I'm not angry about the country. I'm not upset with my neighbors because I don't even talk to my neighbors. I'm not upset with anybody. I just do what I have to do. And of course, the biggest stress I have is being on YouTube. I do get kind of upset occasionally about the folks on the comment section, and when people confront me on the streets now, it's never a pleasant moment. It's always hostile. Now, the thing is when I first started my channel, it's interesting. I had a lot less subscribers, smaller following. I was a nomad. And I met 2 or 3, 4, 5 people, I don't know, and it was all pretty pleasant, all but one, and it wasn't even that displeasant. It was right after our camper fire, and I met this man and his wife, and the wife was just ecstatic to meet us, but the husband apologized. He said he left a nasty comment about the camper fire. He thought I did it, I guess. He started my own camper fire. But everybody else we met was quite pleasant. But now, if we meet someone, I just know it's not going to be good. Not anybody, hey, I watch your YouTube channel. I don't get that anymore. I get, I want to talk to you. And I know, yeah, everybody's angry. Everybody's been driven into anger. It forces me to take action that I'd rather not take. You know, I carry a 22 pistol. It's an SR22. I showed it to you just yesterday's video, I think, maybe the day before yesterday. And I've been conceal and carry license since 2011. Now in the state of Missouri, you don't have to have a license anymore. It's a constitutional carry now. But 2011, I got my conceal and carry license. Shortly thereafter, I got this firearm. Now I know a lot of people think that it's crazy that I have 22. But the thing is, the more I talk about it, the more people say, I have a 22, that's what I carry. Well, I will be honest, I gained a little bit of weight a couple of years ago, and the belt that I used to carry it on fit me anymore. And I just kind of put the gun down, but I've recently picked it back up. I've been kind of concerned about my safety here lately, and good thing, because there was 2 occasions where recently I felt pretty threatened. Now, the problem is these 2 occasions probably didn't escalate to a deadly force encounter, and I probably would have went to jail if I'd had to have used deadly force. The thing is both these guys were just monsters. I would have been severely hurt. It would have been bad. So I decided to get some pepper spray. Now, I've never carried pepper spray. I've never felt the need. But after these 2 occasions, I thought, you know, I better get some pepper spray. The thing is I can still go to jail for having pepper spray. If I'm in an area, which a lot of the area that I'm in doesn't have cameras. Maybe if I'm at the store, that's possible. But out here in the country, no one's gonna have a dash cam or anything like that. So if there's a little bit of road rage or something happens, some guy jumps out of his vehicle, I'm on my own as far as my own defense, legal defense. So I decided to go ahead and purchase a pocket camera. It's not a high quality one, it's $40. Now, I don't sell things on YouTube, so don't ask me. I haven't even reviewed this one. I don't know anything about it. All I want is something that could possibly take a picture in the event that something crazy goes on at any time, whether I'm on my property or out on the street, doesn't matter. That way, if I do have to pepper spray someone, I will have proof that I had no choice but to pepper spray someone. There'll be some evidence. It's just, I'm taking things one step at a time. As things get worse in our country, you take one step at a time. And it's not being a prepper, it's just identifying a need. It's no different than identifying things that I've needed on this property. We lived here 3 years and I identified I needed a second charge controller. hadn't dealt with that problem, but now I know I needed one, and boy, it's been the best thing. So you just kind of, as things get more complicated or more dangerous or whatever the thing is, just take the next appropriate step. So as a result of this, I've been watching a lot of videos about defensive measures with pepper spray, when it can be used, and it's always that a camera saves the person using the pepper spray. What happens is the person who's sprayed, who caused the trouble, comes up and pushes you. They get sprayed. Well, then they think, well, why'd you spray me? You can't spray me. I didn't do anything to you. I just pushed you. Well, pushing is an assault. It's illegal. You can't do that. So they call 911, and then the guy who did the pepper spraying gets arrested because there's no witnesses around. They can only see the evidence that this guy's rolling in pain with his eyes pepper sprayed. So that's why I got the camera. I tell you, the world is getting pretty angry, and there's very few people like me left. I don't see a lot of people like me left who just live in peace. I don't know how I found it. I am a religious person. That's not true. I don't go to church, but I do have my beliefs, and I'm pretty solid on my beliefs. And I'll tell you, the top 10 beliefs I have are in the Bible. If you can follow those 10 rules, I mean, they're just 10 simple rules. If you can follow those 10 simple rules, you're gonna be all right. So, as I've been watching these videos, I ran across 2 videos. Now, there's the videos that I watch all the time, and I watch some of these videos so I have ideas on how to make YouTube videos myself. Well, that's what happened with this. There was 2 videos from 2 different content creators about the same topic, and the topic is the degradation of our country. And I think a lot of people believe that our country is degrading. Now, I've been saying for years, we are in no worse shape than we were when the TV show All in the Family was on air back in the 70s. Archie Bunker was just as angry as could be at Meathead. And the thing, you gotta think about this. Meathead is played by that actor, I forget his name, doesn't matter what his name is. He's still alive. And the actor himself has the same philosophy as the character Meathead. Nothing's changed. I mean, some of the social norms and fads have changed. But as far as politics, nothing's changed. I mean, if you look at the 70s, we had a president just as incompetent as the president we have today. Everybody's so worried about politics. I agree, we're in debt. We need to fix these things. But I can't fix them. So I do the best I can. I adjust to the situation. I've told you in the past, if you just look at my life, I was self-employed. When the economy went crashing down, I got a job. I did that job as long as my stress could handle it. Then I started traveling. We traveled until the stress was too much. And then we finally found this. And we just kept progressing until we finally found something that worked for us. And so far, this life here only gets better every day. That's all I can say is just, I have not found much negativity with this. So I make videos that I try to stay positive as much as possible. So I watched these 2 videos, and they're talking about the same thing, the degradation of the country. And one of the content creators went through the list kind of like I did. He didn't say Archie Bunker necessarily, but he did say nothing's changed. We just forget how bad it was then. So we forgot what it was like to be Archie Bunker. We just forgot. So now we know this is the worst because we forgot what that was. And then he says, since there's nothing I can really do about it, just like I was saying, why not just live in peace? And he brought up God. And he was talking about God's got a plan. You may not like the plan. You may hate the plan, and the struggle to get to the plan may be terrible. But he's got a plan. And as long as you believe that he's got a plan and that you're involved in that plan somehow, you don't have to be scared. You don't have to be angry. Now, that video I watched last night. And then I watched the video today saying the same thing. How the country has just went to heck in a handbasket. Nothing's going to change. We keep electing the same people. We keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And he's cussing through the whole video. Talking about how he's a conservative, all while cussing. Makes no sense to me. The other guy, he doesn't claim to be a conservative or anything. He just claims claims to be a guy, but I'm a conservative and effing and this and effing that. Pardon my language, effers. And so he's angry, but I don't think he's angry. I think he's scared, because he has clearly said in his videos that he has no religion. God left us a long time ago is what he said. So when you don't have something to hold on to, something, then you're scared. And the only way tough men can display their fear is through anger. He says, if you don't agree with me, don't come around me, because you won't like what's coming. So he threatened me. He threatened me that if I don't agree with him about society and the party you're voting for, then if I see him, I need to run. And he says, if you don't agree with me, you better get out of this country, because you don't belong here. So I don't agree with him, so I guess I got to move out of this country. Kind of a little play on the title here. I'm not moving out, and I'm not afraid of him. And he can threaten all he wants, but he's going to be dead with a heart attack a lot sooner than me, because he is scared. He has no choice to be scared. He has nothing. He has lost his spirit, his soul, and he thinks he has the moral superiority when he's just a lost soul. He's an empty shell. And so he's got to be angry, and he's got to convince everybody else to be angry. And if you come around and you don't agree with him, he's going to stomp your hindside into the concrete. But me and this other YouTuber just doing our thing, doing what we can, taking step by step to proceed through life, knowing there's a plan for me. And man, I really think I found my plan. I think this other YouTuber found his plan too. He's doing a great job. I don't watch his videos much anymore. I used to watch him all the time. I actually made a video about him once, named him by name. He's a huge channel. He came over to my channel, said, I've subscribed. Kind of make me feather in the cap. But I don't call out YouTube names anymore. I don't have their permission. I don't know if I should. He's at peace. He's got a happy family, as far as I know. Got a grown kid and a little toddler. Happy wife. You can tell he's happy. The other guy is just angry. And so when I was watching the one about the video about the happy guy, I watched the beginning of his video, and then when he started talking about God, I thought, well, I know what he's going to say. I really don't need to hear this message. But I didn't shut the video off. I let it play, halfway listened. I wanted to support the guy because his message was pure. It was a good message, a positive message. Well, the other guy, once he said he was going to stomp my butt in the ground and cuss me out, told me to move to a different country, I thought, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't need to be angry. I don't want to be angry. And the only thing I was angry about was him. I wasn't angry at what he said about we all have to learn how to stop doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I've been saying that for years. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. So I'm not angry about that, but I am angry at him. He doesn't get a right to tell me to believe one way. He doesn't have that right. He doesn't have a right to tell me to get out of the country. You know, he was bragging that one of the congressmen was censured, I think is what it's called, because of what she said. So he wants to live in a constitutional free country with a First Amendment right that gives you the right to say whatever you want to say, but he doesn't agree with a congressman, congresswoman, so let's shut her up. So he's no different than the other side who wants to shut us up. These people don't even think. They just want to be angry. Well, I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to live here, and I'm going to buy one component at a time to make sure that I'm safe and that I can stay away from people. Hang my no trespassing signs, stay away from them. Only go out when I absolutely have to go get food if I need food. Most of the time I buy things on Amazon. That way it comes to me. I make sure the Amazon driver doesn't come on their property. I keep my nose clean. I don't break the law. There's no reason to get in conflict with the police, because you're going to be on a losing side of that stick. Literally a stick or a gun or the pepper spray or the taser. So once you realize what the rules are, and once you realize that we don't live in a free country, you can actually live pretty free. They don't want to deal with me. Oh, they try, I'm sure, but they don't. I'm not worth the effort. I don't make any money. I'm low key. I mean, I get on YouTube, obviously, but I low key stay on my property, mind my own business. Here's the thing. Something I learned when I was very young. Just learned how to read, actually. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the happy YouTuber, me included, so there's two of us, has the wisdom to know the difference. That other guy, he doesn't have the courage, the wisdom, or the serenity. He's in a losing battle, and the devil's gonna take him. It's unfortunate, but the devil will take him. So if you'll click this up next box, take you to a video where I was talking about canning. So I hope I can inspire you to find the wisdom so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.